Good day. My name is Martin Schweiger and I'm a patent attorney in Singapore. And I'm also a powerlifter. And today is Friday, the 21st of February 2025. And I'm less than 24 hours out of away from the Singapore National Championship in powerlifting. And that was my goal since I came back from China on the 18th of January. You remember, I signed up for the... I can go through here. I signed up for the National Championship. I got one of the very last spots, and only then I thought about how am I going to achieve this, because number one, I was completely out of my training. I was in some recreational mode for supporting my weight loss, my ongoing weight loss. And also there was one thing, so I was really weak. Then the second, I thought then, okay, if I take the challenge of competing, then I would need to set the goals right. And I don't think it's a realistic goal to go for aim for any success when it comes to the weights lifted. When you have only 1 month to go from 0 to 100 in preparing for any weightlifting competition, actually for any competition. It's like a veteran soccer player deciding wants to compete. Ooh, fast. Yeah. So 1 month is simply not enough. Okay. So I thought, what would be an appropriate goal? My body weight at the time was 110.6 kg. So not bad as compared with 1.5 years ago. I was in the King's class, is 120 plus kg. Kings means because they're only the kings, of course, right? As you can see. But then with my surgery after the accident, that was no longer possible. So I had to go down with the weights. And that means go down with the body weight so that I can still compete. And so I thought, so why not setting an ambitious goal, getting to the next, down to the next weight class, which is below 105 kg. And from 110.6, if you want to be squarely in that next weight class, you cannot just aim for 5.6 kg weight loss. This is not enough. Although for 1 month, losing 5.6 kg is already quite a challenge. So but I thought, let's aim for something decent, and then I thought, okay, 8 kg is just a nice thing. Okay, so 8 kg be it. And that required a plan, because that's 2 kg per week. Not easy. Not easy. I mean, I heard of a surgeon who lost in Hong Kong just a few days ago that came up. He lost 37 kg body weight in only 24 weeks, which is 6 months. And I said, wow, 37. That's okay. It's not. I want to lose more, starting from my old King's class weights, because if you're down in the chopstick classes, then it doesn't really matter where you are. It's the less is best, because less body weight means less weights lifted in order to compete. So probably, I don't know whether there's a 84 kg class, but that would That would be a goal, right? And then 84 kg for my body with a body height of 180, 283. That would be, wow, very skinny. I believe last time I had this was at age 21, when I was into freestyle wrestling and also mountain running in the Alps as a soldier. And so, long story cut short, this week was all about weight loss in forms of water. That means glycogen deplete, because glycogen contains a lot of water. At the same time, the loss of glycogen comes with a loss of immediately available energy. I will replace that by having a sugary drink tomorrow. Maybe even fructose, because that doesn't really need a conversion into something else. Can be used right away. Different from glucose. At least that's what I read up. Again, I'm not a biologist by training. I'm a patent attorney, a mechanical engineer, but I found that actually that engineer, even a repair mechanic. I'm a trained repair mechanic for motorbikes and bicycles in my father's workshop for years. And I found that using the same principles that I learned there to diagnose broken motorbikes works for many things, and among others for our body, at least on my level. Okay. This week, water loss. I have glycogen already, so my glycogen is depleted. And I did it by dry fasting Tuesday, water fasting on Tuesday, not dry, water fasting on Tuesday, means 3 days ago. Dry fasting on Wednesday, 2 days ago. Oh, that was really tough. Then dry fasting and 10,000 steps walking, and then I could really feel how the energy level drops and the body is switching to full ketone burning mode, and that's really like humping on one leg, because it's so tough and so hard. Okay, ketone mode. And then, when was that? Wednesday night. Okay, emptying gut. No, not using a laxative that you buy in a pharmacy. Getting my good old Cuba cigar out. Yeah, I have a little stash with Cuban cigars for friends and for special moments, and sometimes I like it. So once a month maybe, not twice, but not often. But I did. So, Cuban cigar empty, back to my bathroom, toilet, gut empty, completely empty. Yeah, young kids get diarrhea from smoking cigars. And old kids, like myself, we get an improved digestive system to be, and you could see all the dissolved fiber in the fiber that has been thrown out by the body in the toilet bowl. And I would seriously recommend that you try this out. This, I believe, is a natural remedy, and it makes you also dizzy, a bit like alcohol. Yeah, did I tell you that I didn't drink alcohol since the 18th of January, or very little, something like a glass of wine for my 60th birthday, which was on 22nd January. But yeah, no feast. I had alcohol. German evening, February. I don't know what February was that one. 7th of February, And it was very bad, because that evening has thrown me back a lot weight-wise, something like 4 or 5 kg. I was already down at some 106. But anyway, that month-long period was very important for me, because today, after emptying all the water from my body and all sorts, so fiber, glycogen, fat cells, they also produce water when they decompose into triglycerides. Or they not decompose, is the wrong word. They issue triglyceride. And then the last one from the long walks, sweating. If you sweat, be it by sauna, by hot steam, by walking, then the blood would lose water. And that water would be replenished by the watery substance in the cells, which means the water content of your entire body goes down. But water content is not a good expression, because water is not water. So I would say the blood plus cell water content is down on my. And then, you want to hear a result, right? The result, okay? Today in the morning, 102.8 kg body weight. That's amazing. It's more than 30 kg down, 31 kg down from 12 months ago, and also almost 10 kg down from the 18th of January, as I set as my goal. Right? I found that amazing, and I believe also that also in losing weight, the goal that you set is here, and if it's a serious goal, you would pursue it. So losing weight without having a goal and a motive to pursue it, I don't think that goes anywhere. And or even to the contrary, like as I was competing in a King's class for years, I found out that competing if body weight doesn't play any role is much nicer than competing when you need to watch your weight. But again, that accident changed my life forever, and so now I live with it, right? Because no way. In my episode yesterday, did I forget anything? Yeah, my food, I just continue as I am. I replenish what I have. Water slowly, I try to be conservative with the water intake, not too much, maybe 3 liters. And I also sweat some water out now, so should be okay. I should be able to make it. Tomorrow morning I take a blood test, and and then I start another period of losing weight, and that brings me to I have two issues today that are interlinked. It took me already 14 minutes to get to my 2 issues, and my listeners say, why are your episodes so long? I say, very simple, because I walk for an hour daily, and then I just start talking, and I will only stop if I have said what I want to say, and half an hour, something like the minimum. And so my thing of today is the following. Yesterday, just follow up my question. I have spoken about Apostle Paul, who said you need to get control over your body, and only then you are a sportsman. So actually this is a testimonial. Number one, I believe Paul was an athlete himself. Maybe, I don't know what, there's not much known about him, but he was not a tall guy, so definitely he was not into wrestling. or something, at least not 120 plus kg weight class, but maybe running, that could be something, swimming, anything. And audience asking, so where do you find this? This doesn't sound like biblical. And I said, yeah, Bible is a very authentic book, especially of the period of 2,000 years, exactly 2,000 years ago. And what happened in the area between Italy, Greece, and Syria today. So it's quite accurate. And also about how the people moved around, what transport they had, what they were eating. Yeah. Bible is a very accurate source, I believe. And so what is the source for that? Okay, you find it in the New Testament, of course. Paul lived a bit together with Jesus and also a bit after. And actually, Paul was the last one of the apostles that saw Jesus in person. That's why he is considered to be an apostle. Yeah. Huh. Interesting. This thing about the body and the athlete is found in the first letter to the Corinthians in chapter 9, and it's verse 27. And this verse 27 comes with two parts. The first one is the worldly one, and the second one is the spiritual one. And it says you can use the worldly thinking to the spiritual thinking, and you just need to switch on your brain and then you get tangible results. So, what did he say? I read to you from the Bible directly, so that I don't want to, I just want to be accurate. And he says, but I have written it up here, but I discipline my body and keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, I myself should be disqualified. Huh? It goes on like that, and it's a larger discussion in which he compares a Christian's life to an athlete running a race. Huh? And an athlete running a race needs to stress the self-discipline to obtain a reward. Like myself, I'm really chastising myself, my body, not myself, to lose weight, and I have the 10 kg. And why do I do this? Simply because it's part of self-mastery. Huh? Bringing your physical desires under control, among others. I mean, I don't receive money for what I do tomorrow, but I do it because it's not easy, somehow. Yeah. And a second, so now you know, the Bible says that you need to bring your body under control. And fasting as a preparation for weightlifting competition, if you are planning to compete in a specific weight class, is one way to do it. Very helpful. Then I'm also part of a WhatsApp group about those who compete tomorrow, and we discuss all sorts of things like what food we eat, what diet we follow, and so on. And also I brought up the issue whether or not someone should try to get the body under control in order to influence a condition, a medical condition. And I think, you know already, I think yes. I will also tell you how that works in my case. But this person, there's one person, and he is a bit, yeah, like I was when I was before my metabolic disorder 1 year ago. Yes, I looked at the body as a machine, yeah? And if one part is broken, then you go for some scientist who had other people with that same broken part, and they found a remedy. You take that remedy, which is a pharmaceutical, and then you're good. Problem is that, yes, very often that may work, like for blood pressure, statins, whatever, vitamin D, synthetic vitamin D, and whatever. But if you continue taking this for a long time, there would be side conditions. And these are worse than the condition that you were fighting in the first place. Give you an example. Also very near, because I have this case. It's my suspicion, so I don't even say who it is and what. But if you don't pay attention to your body and you eat too much carbohydrate, so that your body is no longer able to use up all this carbohydrate, then that comes with a number of consequences. Number one, you will become fat. Number two, you will have a high blood glucose level. You can measure that. Then you move less because it's so cumbersome to move. Then the first annual checkup comes and the doctor tells you, oh, you have diabetes. And what he means is, oh, your blood glucose is higher than normal. And then you don't ask how, because you expect it already, like your uncle, he would get the medication, and then you would think, yeah, we all get medication against high blood glucose when we are old, and you take it. And yes, insulin brings down the blood glucose. You lose a bit of weight, but yeah, ultimately you're quite comfortable. And then at one point in time, you're so weak that you cannot walk anymore. And that is because the high insulin, both from your body and what you put on top to make the blood glucose go into your cells, also caused all other sorts of things. It is called insulin resistance in general. And it will cause all sorts of nonsense like clogged arteries, nerves that die, right? Then sometimes you have circulation problems. They cut off your first toes, then the feet, then the leg, because of numbness and because of the toes, feet and legs turning black. My own uncle had that. Yeah, both lower legs amputated. Like as if he was in war, stepped on a landmine. Yeah, that happens when you don't treat the core problem of your diabetes. Because even the insulin will not prevent that from happening. Extra insulin that you get. So, and long story short again, I was complaining about doctors who give you pharmaceuticals without attacking the core problem. And I must admit, today I'm 60 years old. When I was 57, I was 58, I would have replied, come on, what a nonsense. It still works. But only today I know that many things are interlinked, and in the circle, feedback circle of these links, you can address any one, but if you don't go for the core problem, then you're not making anything better. So someone told me in that group, I'm not into essential oils and holistic healing with natural foods. And that was a rhetorical figure just to make me silent in that group, because I'm against all those pharmaceuticals. Now there's wind, hopefully you can hear. If you don't really need a pharmaceutical for a specific purpose, then I think it's not a good idea. And to speak with my TCM doctor, you shouldn't take medicine for more than 1 or 2 months or 3 until you have achieved what you wanted. And this is such a smart remark, because before you have achieved what you wanted means you need to know what you want to achieve. And that means that you can measure it. And yeah, you can measure blood pressure, give statins, but blood pressure is only an outcome of 10 several issues or reasons, root causes, that you can address one by one. And in doing so, you don't need the statins anymore. So, that's teaching number 1 of my TCM doctor. Only 1 or 2 months. And if it's not cured, then maybe you're barking up the wrong tree. Then the next thing is, the TCM doctor says, you only take 5 supplements at one time. That follows actually from the first one, because you should always address one fully before you go to the next one. And so, living this holistic healing that I have experienced myself involves these 2 principles. I believe I'm at the end now. Is it? 28 minutes is good. I will now have a bit of protein and cheese with my Italian friend. Yeah, you know already. Bye bye, see you tomorrow.